through Fox News and let the independents who are tuning into you, let them know what it is that she stands for, the principles behind her positions.
It used to be that new candidates were advised to brush up on the issues so they could handle questions from anyone, even tough questions. The idea behind that was that it prepared you also for actually governing. But now the advice to candidates is only to talk to sympathetic reporters.
We need to start now by electing strong leaders who aren't afraid to shake it up. We need strong, principled leaders, public servants who respect our Constitution.
We need clarity. We deserve answers, so we don't ask the same questions tomorrow.
Good night, Lon.
And finally tonight on The Ed Show, Sarah Palin's 8-part reality series kicked off on TLC yesterday. Palin is reportedly raking in about $1 million per episode and has editorial control over the program. So it wasn't much of a surprise when this show resembled an extra-long campaign commercial. For example, the half-term governor used a rock-climbing scene to try to convince us that she's really not a quitter.
This may flip and take me all day.
You've always wanted to be a rock climber, Sarah.
Was it a rock climber or a rock star?
About halfway up the rock, I did not know if I was going to be able to finish the task. But I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to quit in front of other people. I was getting tired. I knew that, I couldn't quit because there was nobody that was going to come rescue me halfway up there.
Oh, joining me now for more is New York's Pix 11 commentator Lionel. You can find him on LionelMedia.com. Are you inspired to climb that rock?
Ed, not only am I inspired, I'm leaning forward. Not really sure what that means, but I'm leaning. First, Ed, a couple of things here. You've got speaking of black testicles, which I think this was a family show, you've got quite a set yourself making fun of this woman when she basically does what you do every weekend. She's an outdoorsman. She does the same thing. I know all about you, Ed, on your Facebook. Look, I've gutted a carp. I'd rather suck a hospital mop than spend a weekend with you or her doing whatever it is she does out in the woods. It was a fun-fest extravaganza from the get-go. Nobody watches a reality show, if that's what you call it, to learn something, to like these people. But a couple of things. First, the whole thing I loved was, there she was, Ed, and you're an outdoorsman, you're a mountain man. She's within, what, killing distance of a Kodiak? I don't understand this. Isn't that beautiful? Look, when a mama grizzly, I would have skedaddled. I would have been nowhere near this place. I'm telling you, I would rather lick a bar rag than to sit and go from one adventure to another. Why can't these people just have a couple of drinks at the top of the Bellagio? Reagan did his horse stuff. Then he cleared brush. And then Bush was clearing the brush. But Clinton, he cleared brush, but in a different way. Then we've got this lady. What is with the message that I'm out there and I'm going to go from one spirited adventure to the next? And by the way, as far as the rock climbing goes, she looks stranded. And to have the, as we say in the Latino world, the C.O. Jones to say, I don't quit, when in fact she quit, goes to show you not only the chutzpah, but the genius of this woman. Genius.
All right, here's Palin talking about the real mama grizzlies. Here it is.
I love watching these mama bears. They've got a nature, that humankind can learn from. She's trying to show her cubs. Nobody's going to do it for you. Right. You get out there and do it yourself, guys. It was amazing to watch. This mama grizzly, brown bear really, protecting her cubs and saying, nobody's going to mess with my cubs. Nobody's going to mess with the future of this species.
Will the series be a hit?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, that was symbolic of John McCain when he first heard who his running mate was going to be. That was McCain arguing with his campaign. I'm going to do what? Who? Sarah who? I waited my whole life for the Sarah who? I love this. She could take the complexity of the nature and reduce it to the most simplistic. And yes, it will be a hit. Hit, Ed.
Lionel, good to have you with us tonight. I'm always leaning, buddy.
Bless your heart, Ed. Bless your heart.
Perhaps we are not properly educating our youth in the exceptional nature of America. It's worrisome because this belief in American exceptionalism is something that every new generation has got to make its own if we expect our republic and our liberties to be secure and to live on. For America to survive, we have got to pass this on to that next generation, to the young kids who are here, to the students.
you know, this real America? Does it exist, John?
Well, in terms of real American and exceptionalism, look, the most basic thing that people can do in support of democracy is vote. And we take our votes very seriously. The people of Alaska voted for Sarah Palin, and Sarah Palin quit. Exceptional people don't quit. And I seriously tell my kids this probably 2 or 3 times a week. It's better to lose than to quit. So she can sit there and she can talk about being exceptional. She can talk about better of America. If she were a better person, she would have stood and fought. She chose to check out and to do it to make money. I've got no problem with making money, but that's what she is. She's a reality
I
star.
have a different observation, though. He hears what's going on. That speech, the first 20 minutes, was every vapid cliche strung together. It was complete, almost nonsense.
But let's look a little closer. Hang on just one second. I want to look a little closer in the numbers here at Sarah Palin. Among conservatives, 65% have a favorable rating, 25% an unfavorable rating. Among moderates, 31% favorable, 60% unfavorable. And among independent voters, you can't win the presidency without them, and they were huge in helping the Republicans take back the House, 38% favorable, 45% unfavorable. So she has a problem in the middle of the electorate.
She's extra sassy these days. She's winning. All her mama Grizzlies are winning. And they're busting through that glass ceiling. And the mama Grizzlies are going to Washington, and they're going to flip your picnic table, Dave. You know what I noticed on Fox News last night, though, is on Fox News they address her as Governor Palin, which is like calling me Dairy Queen employee. I was once, but I quit.
That's right.
There is that point there that somehow Sarah Palin forgets. Oh, well.
Suppose Senator John Doe puts forth a constitutional amendment that would outlaw abortion, even in cases of rape or incest, and he asked you to attend the announcement and support him in that. Would you do it?
I would. Yes, a proposal like that, I would stand by it.
Let's be completely clear about the facts here. There is no place in the world and no time in history where restricting women's reproductive rights makes a people or a nation more free or more equal. These extreme positions on abortion are, without any question, a war on American girls and women, and the fact that there are women who are both complicit and participatory in it is really neither surprising nor unprecedented. It has always been true, and it is incredibly important that we recognize that despite the fact that we can be very proud of these women and as politicians, that the question is, how do women as citizens fare on the other side of them either being elected or not elected?
The new Associated Press poll finds that Sarah Palin is the most polarizing of the potential 2012 Republican presidential candidates. Now, is that news? I don't consider that to be news.